finally we're here. We're going to be installing the Aero exhaust on to my 2025 Panigale V4. Welcome back to Cali Moto TV. I'm Chris. We're going to get this thing installed, get a Brent tunes put in here as well, and really see how that opens it up, makes it sound better and ride better. So let's get into the install. I actually may wear my Meta glasses to see if it's useful at all while we're trying to install this, to kind of show you kind of POV, if you will, of the actual install. I might try my Insta360 Go 3S as well. Don't think we'll be using the 360 camera. Trying to use different cameras here to share that experience. But let's get installing this beautiful Aero titanium slip-on exhaust on my 2025 Panigale. We're gonna have some fun. Let's go. All we gotta do is take off each of these bolts here between a 3 and 4 mil. Nothing crazy. We've all seen it. So let's get that off, and then we'll hop to the other side, take that piece off, and then we'll have the exhaust exposed. So now that we got all of the fairings here off on both sides and this rear cover, we've all seen me remove that rear cover. It's pretty simple. We got this bolt to take off, and then there's one under here that does the same. And it's on the other side. It's easier to get to on that side. And then you have a bolt here, and you have a subsequent one on the other side. Let me show you. So yeah, we come over here, and then there's a little bolt up there for a hanger. Easy. This is for your chain guard, actually. So we take that off. Then we come down here, and this is the bolt I was talking about. It needs to come off. And that's really it to actually theoretically remove this as far as bolts go. But if we go over here, you'll see that we have the servo and everything. I've seen we need to remove all these zip ties. I've seen other bikes have a ton of zip ties. Mine apparently doesn't. But we'll probably remove this off the casing. And there's 3 bolts to remove the actual servo valve off. We can take that off. Just in case if you're wondering, this came out. The reason why it's got to come out is because this little green tab right there is really hard to get when it's smashed up against there. You could probably use a flathead because it's not actually in there very tight, and pop it out without... Well, you still got to remove it because this whole piece is just kind of there. I may leave it there, honestly. I'm not sure yet what I want to do with it. Now, these are actually 10 mils, if you're wondering, and these are like 3 or 4 millimeter bolts. Nothing crazy. Actually 5. I think this one's. See, this is 4. Yeah, so it's actually 5 mil. Just so you know. We can definitely see just how much bigger the exhaust that is stock is compared to the aftermarket. This is literally what's going on, and this is gargantuan things what came off. What we need to do now are take these hangers off. These are held on by look like 5 millimeter just bolted washers almost. Like they're actually, there's no bolt. It looks like there'd be a bolt that goes through, but there isn't. They're their own little spacers, kind of cool. So make sure to keep that one, and then do the same with this one. But as far as the removal itself, it's really not that bad, considering, you know, what the full exhaust entails, you know, removing all of the bits and being able to get into everything. The fact that this is simply 2 here, 2 bolts on the other side that connect up to the chassis, and then, you know, the fairings, and there's 2 banjo bolts. It's really all that comes off of here, and then you're left with this big honking thing. I do want to point out, though, that if you have a 25 or even a 26 Panigale, some of what's in here isn't going to translate over to what you have. Like, you'll see the O2 sensors and stuff like that. These bungs are sealed, so these sensors actually aren't in this piping anymore. They're higher up on the head, so you don't actually need to even worry about these. So this becomes even simpler. On top of that, if you have this black line, version of this, there's no hanger, there's no spring that attaches this piece and the actual muffler piece together like they show on step 26 here. So just know if you have this, those two pieces aren't going to need to be done. These two steps, step 15 doesn't need to be done, and step 26 doesn't need to be done because this particular line doesn't have any of those tabs and the bungs are sealed. So good stuff, right? Okay, as always, I've done more than what I've recorded because, frankly, the instructions that Aero has are actually kind of garbage. They're not representative of what I'm actually seeing here. So Aero, you really need to improve a few places. Let me show you. As we get down here, I want to point out a few things. Aero, you need to update. You see that? Let's see, can I get my finger in this shot? Let's see if I can get up in here. Okay, this flange right here is supposed to have the spring. That's what you guys show. But when you actually put it together, those two flanges meet up with one another. So you can't use the spring. So there's a bolt with a washer and a nut on the end of it. Hopefully it stays on. I Loctited it. So that's the first thing. The other thing is the way this fits on here. You don't have some of the bungs that shows. It doesn't really point out how this needs to go on and how the washers need to fit. So you need to spell that out and show that a little bit better, Aero. It is not the easiest. I get it. A shop should do it, not a civilian, but you know what? Most of the people that are doing it are like me, a DIYer. So some clear instruction would be great. And the fact that those two flanges and there's no spring there, and you don't call out any bolt to actually go through there, just kind of said, this one fits, that makes sense. Aside from all of that, once you slide down the flange and make that fit, because this little flange right here, you can move it, and the same thing with up front, is if you try to line it up, this doesn't actually curve up the same degrees as this pipe comes down. So you actually have to adjust this flange and try to get this clamp to bite around it so there's no gap. So that was a giant pain. The front was sort of the same way, but not nearly as bad. So yes, this is easier because there's less things to do, but it is not like super straightforward as I would have hoped. The last piece is this guy. As I mentioned, there's no tabs here to attach a spring like the instructions show. Aero has told me that is not necessary for this setup. All you have is this little flange here, and that goes into that little guy right over there. So I apologize, guys, but whenever I'm having to sit here and think through and try to work out what is going on, I tend to not record anything. So again, apologies, but hopefully this shows you some of the little pieces that are going to need to be addressed when you actually install this particular exhaust. Okay, guys, here we go. There it is, all installed. The pain that it was, I believe it was worth it. It looks good. Let's check out the other side here. Yes, sir. Looks good. Everything's in there nice and tight. I will want to point out that seam right there. It comes in. Really got to make sure that the silencer is pushed back so that way that gap closes down. Because there isn't a spring that retains it. So just kind of case in point. All right, what we got next to do? Start this bad boy so you can hear it. However, before I can do that, I need to get the tune from Brent Tune. I sent the email out to them. They're going to respond back to me because I gave them my stock file. Actually, I'm getting my account set up, so I got to wait for them to say, yep, you definitely have what you say you have. Then I can upload my file, and then they can send me one. So I can't start it just yet. I don't want to start it just yet because, one, I don't have a servo buddy, so I don't know if it's going to throw an engine code. I feel like it might. Everyone that I've talked to has put one on. I do want to have the tune in hand and everything ready to go before I fire the bike up and all that stuff. So hold on. Ellipse. It's coming very shortly. All right, the sun is out. Obviously, it's a different day. I got a new shirt on and everything. Yes, you can read it, and it says my butt hurts. It's from my surgery I had. It's funny. Anyways, the tune from Bren has been installed. I was going to show that whole process, but I decided after doing some research on the website itself, Tune actually has some great resources, and they're on video and it walks you through how to actually do that. So I didn't want to muddy the waters by adding another take on how I did the tune and what it looked like and everything. Go to their website, go to their resources tab, and it'll show everything you need to know to actually follow along to get your tune set up. I'd rather it be through the manufacturer, so that way if you have questions, you can send it to them, and that way I don't give you anything that may or may not align with what they have. Just my opinion. That's why I didn't film it. One thing I will point out with the tune itself, something I did notice, when it's going through the process of remapping, you'll notice your dash will start to kind of flicker. It'll put on, I had a bunch of error codes that popped up. It changed everything from miles per hour to kilometers per hour and kilometers and all that fun stuff. So if you see that, don't freak out. It's totally normal. As you work through it and it completes the actual tune itself, everything will reset. It'll tell you to flip on and flip off and then go through your codes, and that'll be kind of all you see. But what do we have left? Obviously, we got to put the panels back on. I got to button a few things up. Once I do that, we're going to go for a ride and see what she is all about. So let me get the panels back on. We'll fire this thing up, and you guys will hear this for the first time. All right, guys, the moment we've been waiting for, the cold start of the slip-on Aero titanium exhaust. It is a cold start, so let's hear it. I don't know, guys, what do you think? We're not going to annoy the neighbors too much, but that is what that bad boy sounds like. I don't see a point in ever putting a full system on. I know you can save some weight and it'll definitely improve some of the airflow a little bit, but I don't know, you get rid of the cat, you don't have to worry about the O2 sensors, and then you put a tune on it, and you have a bike that's just woken up and sounds amazing. To me, the slip-on for the 2025 Panigale is the way to go, depending on whatever brand you like. I happen to go with Aero. It sounds great. I think bang for the buck, it's right there. Got to thank Manny at Motomillion for getting it shipped out to me. Bren Tune as well for getting the tune for this bike. It's been great. I hope you all enjoyed this build video. The ride video, well, it's not going to be at this video. We're going to put it on the next one. So you're going to have to stay tuned for the ride video to come out. But definitely like, comment, subscribe, especially if you want to see that ride video. But appreciate y'all following along with the build. It's not done yet. We still got a bunch more stuff we want to do. So if you like this content, stick around and I'll see you on the next video.